signal now?
Probably very soon. Hey, Kitty. Yeah, we are live. Okay.
Great.
I'm gonna turn down stream volume so it's just us talking so I don't hear too much of an echo. Okay. I think Kitty stream. Oh, okay. It's a little bit behind, right? Let me see how much. About 5 seconds. Got it. Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted. Just checking a few other things.
And dog in the grass. But I'll go ahead and just start a little bit of an intro for we are live, right? Sorry,
Yes, we are.
just a perfect. All right, well, welcome to the intermediate tournament for 2023. This is our November intermediate tournament. My name is Paulie, and I'll be commentating here along with Musical. And we've already gotten we're jumping right in. We are watching Light Reader and Dog in the Grass. If you're new to what's up, we are starting out with a kind of a round robin two group stage, and then the winners, the best contenders for that stage, are going to go on to a single elimination. It's going to be the three that do the best. So we've already started right out, and looks like we're looking at Light Rider and Dog in the Grass. We've got 0-1 so far, and so far both players are just taking swings right back and forth to each other, and Dog in the Grass is putting on a solid attack with topping out Light Rider, and it's just coming right back at him though, so just exchanging blows. Monster coming to Light Rider. And
it's very exciting seeing Light Rider play effectively so far. See Light Rider play too often except for tournament and sort of competitive play, but it doesn't seem to be amazing Dog in the Grass either, and it's translating into a very nice they're not dying too easily, and they're able to counterattack fairly effectively.
Oh yeah, and they're both really strong contenders. I think this is really anyone's game, but I know that Light Rider has won a couple intermediates in the past, and not sure about Dog in the Grass off the top of my head, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if they've done that as well. So excited to watch this. Looks like Light Rider's just sitting pretty for a moment, sending whatever he wants, but no, still not topped off. But that doesn't mean Dog in the Grass is slouching at all. He's handling a really good defense.
Yeah, Dog in the Grass stack has been fairly high, and as a result, depending on what Dog was able to get in terms of counter offense, it might not be able to top Light Rider out. But as soon as there was a little bit more time, Dog was able to send a larger attack enough to top Light Rider out, and it's enough to take the game. Almost 3.5 minutes. That's a second game for Dog in the Grass.
Nice. See how these openers look. Okay. So Light Rider starting with a pretty solid 4-chain, and otherwise we're just taking some polite pokes back and forth.
Light Rider staying fairly low stack. It's going to take a lot more than just a few punches to top Light Rider out.
It's an interesting panel set that Dog has. Oh, no, sorry, that's just me. Is it? Yeah, it's a little bit different from what I'm used to, but hey, everyone's got their own preferences.
Me too.
I wouldn't be able to.
I use like the HD panels, the default HD quote-unquote panels. I've been enamored with them ever since I've been part of this community.
I've always kept things like just right on the default. It's very boring. I need to actually try some of the different skins. We've got a great community that takes time to make a bunch of custom setups for the game itself. So
Absolutely.
might take a quick second and turn up my volume.
Relin has made a crap ton of packs, and they all look really nice. Inspired by all of these different games or like just various imagery.
Being told that my microphone's a little soft. I'll see if I can't fix that really quick. Sorry about that.
It's me. It's definitely me that's soft. It's been a recurring problem, but... Anyway, Dog in the Grass took a third straight win over Light Rider. Thanks, Corin. Yeah, I'm not surprised that but I'm gonna try to finagle with my mic and see if I can fix that.
Alright, Light Raider making good save. That scared me a little bit, but he's doing good. Alright. Does mean he's gonna have to do a little bit of catch up. Yeah.
I put myself up a little bit more as well. Hopefully that helps things. Light Rider has had to work with quite a bit of layered garbage and had to downstack quite a bit. That garbage clear came at a good time, but it's going to be met with more layered garbage. Dog in the Grass has been very good with sending some 3 and 4 chains, causing kind of like an uneven factory on Light Rider, and it's being met with a lot of combo garbage now. Meanwhile, Dog in the Grass, downstack to almost nothing, was left with just 1 garbage clear, and that's all that it took to reveal a bunch of fresh panels. Has a big second tier to work with as well. There's more layered garbage on Light Rider's side, but this time it's happening with shock garbage. Has to react quickly.
Dog scared me a little bit with that misflop, but made a good recover. No problem.
Beautiful. Dog has a second tier to work with. Meanwhile, Light Rider has only combo garbage, eliminated with a single garbage clear.
Just as he said, it brings on another big 6 chain.
And getting a message
Light
from Kitty saying that we're going to take a look at some other games after this set, seems because these two are very strong. We're going to want to take a look at some other players.
Sure. Betcha they'll be slogging it out for a while.
Absolutely. These players ordinarily play on 10 to begin with. It's just that their rating happens to fall within range to compete in today's intermediate tournament.
And I will say, that's like I couldn't do it. I can't go back to 8 anymore. It's a whole different kind of game. Oh, Light Rider,
Timings are
the
all different.
transition.
So we're going to be leaving this set with Dog in the Grass up 4-0 over Light Rider, and now we're going to hop on over. Let's take a look at Bray versus Espic. Bray's
near the
at
end of their
set points. Of note, Espic has won a previous novice tournament championship, which is on level 5. Bray has made significant improvements soon after joining, quite honestly. I don't recall Bray spending too much time on level 5, but rather like a little bit more on 8 and 10. So basically just kind of jumping right off the deep end and getting used to a little bit more higher intensity games just by virtue of how less forgiving the higher difficulty levels are.
Yeah, it never feels like you hear that it's just a couple of frames, just a couple of extra milliseconds of health, you could say, time, but it really makes a big difference. So jumping between the levels, like I was saying, it's like it's not easy.
It certainly is not, especially with 10 where you're only given 1 frame of that health. And
like
that was a quick look at Bray versus Espic. Bray takes it 5-3. Let's take a look at Oscar versus, I want to say Diggy?
I was thinking Digi.
Digi? Let's go with Digi.
Maybe the Digimon fan in me thinking that.
I could see that too, yeah, absolutely. Oscar is another player that I normally see playing on 10, so it'll be interesting seeing Oscar translate those skills from 10 down to 8. But as I say that, it seems like there might have been a disconnect. They'll be going back into that with, I want to say, Oscar up 2-0. Is that right? Did I miss that?
Yeah, I saw 2-0.
Okay. Meanwhile, it looks like Kitty's looking at Sassafras versus Espic, so we'll hop on over there.
Sure.
Sassafras had a recent, I want to say recent-ish kind of christening for higher level difficulty with level 8 through a long-term series that I'm running on the Panel Attack server called the Panel Attack Maging series, where Sassafras had to play against the player actually streaming right now, Kitty, in round 1 of our Platinum Preliminary.
Yeah, that's a real fun one.
See how Sassafras fares against more players that are playing on those lower level difficulties, including, well, level 8 here.
Sassafras, not quite.
2-0. Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, just wasn't quite able to find the clear, but we're at 2-0-2. You can bring it back, no problem.
Sassafras stack is getting a little bit high. The garbage incoming won't be enough to top Sassafras out. Not yet, at least. It's going to be pretty close with that 4-chain, though. 4-chain, 5-chain.
There it is. He makes the clear. Good to see.
Set up a little bit of a chain from the newly formed panels, but it wasn't quite enough to get to the garbage clear, giving Espic a 3-0 lead.
And Espic was also just... We mentioned Espic playing in the Novice Tournament. Didn't Espic just get second in this past week's Novice Tournament?
That's right. That's right. Chimichanga had taken the Novice Tournament victory against Espic.
Yeah, but Espic also did a full clear of the round robin beforehand, so very strong showing.
Absolutely. New Zealand chat, Polly doing commentary, amazing. Yeah, it's awesome having more people on board. And hi back to you, Newsy.
Yeah, thanks. This is my first time doing commentary, so I apologize ahead of time if there's any flubs and all that. But I'm excited to try it a little bit more as we go, and I'm also just really, I think it's really cool that this community just lets people jump in. You know, I've been for a couple years and said, hey, let's give it a shot. You know, and no problem, just let me right in.
We're glad to have you.
Thanks.
Things are looking a little bit dangerous for Saucepod. It won't take too much garbage to top Saucepod out. Found a garbage clear just in time, just as that 4 combo garbage would have otherwise given an untimely snipe.
And they're doing some really good defense, you know, really handling all this that Espic is throwing at them, but like, just want to see a little bit more offense. It's a tough balance. It's really hard to balance the defense and offense at the same time, but you know, you gotta top your opponent out and try to exchange some blows.
Indeed, it's really, really tricky to figure out which clears will essentially check off multiple things at once, where you can get some offense and defense at the same time. But that's going to leave with Espic taking it 5-0 over Saucepod. Now we're going to head over to Ray versus Doko. Doko, another new player, came out very strong out the gates. I don't think spent too much time on the lower difficulties and basically went straight to training on 10. So another strong player to look out for.
Yeah, I know. When I first joined, I think I started something around 900, and the fact that they've been here for maybe a couple weeks and is already rated. I think I saw 1400. Like, very strong.
If I recall correctly, Doko had placed somewhere between bronze and silver, probably towards silver. I wouldn't be surprised, because there were a lot of conceptual things that I saw out of Doko's play that basically made the transition to higher difficulty levels much easier.
Doko took that match from Bray, so now we're at match point, but excited to see if Bray's ready to do a little bit of reverse sweepage here.
Meantime, Bray has 2 towers, having to downstack. Very dangerous situation. There is a garbage clear now. Takes it with the reds. A little bit of extra burning from that panic movement. But that looks like a lockout. Can't raise up either.
So
That's
close.
Be a set victory for Doko. 5-1 over Bray. Congratulations to Doko. Okay.
Was good to see Bray doing the right thing and looking at those panels that hadn't quite surfaced yet. I know I'm really guilty of just completely ignoring those. So almost there. Just needed a little bit more of a push to get those, but looks like next up we're jumping into Light Raider and Osper.
Osper is up 1-0 over Light Raider. Light Raider still staying a little bit more low stack, since quite a heavier wave of offense early on. Paints into the garbage. Light Rider, this attacking pace from Light Rider, I'm liking this. That's going to be, I want to say, almost enough to top Osper out, but Osper had downstacked quite a bit. But now has to commit to clearing a little bit more now that Light Rider has sent an extra chain. Followed by some combo garbage. This is a little bit dangerous for Osper.
That was a good raise.
Well timed.
while Light Rider was taking the advantage of the moment to just continue to send an onslaught over at Ospar.
Nice 6 chain there. Pretty much all of it's going to be on screen as Ospar wasn't too high enough stack to expedite some of that clearing time. And it's followed by more chain garbage, so it's going to cause a little bit of layering.
Yeah, that layering is always the tricky part, trying to find the clear when you have to navigate multiple layers of garbage that don't quite want to work with you, but looked like Ospar did a great job getting rid of some of those levels and looking up to the next tier to find more clears.
That was excellent movements from Ospar and from Light Rider. I saw in both of their cases of the past minute or so, the way that they're routing their solves allowed for very smooth preparation for defense and then getting ready for the next layer of garbage. You saw Ospar, like you said, looking second and even a third tier clear, making very quick work of any layering.
And Ospar is really moving, like over 400 actions per minute, excuse me, and but wasn't able quite able to find the clear there.
Light Rider and Ospar are now tied up, 1 game apiece. Looks like we're getting a message from Kitty that we're going to hop on over to a different game after one of these players hits 3 wins. Alright. Get a little bit more even coverage for all of our other players that are playing. We have 9 participants today.
It's a really good showing. I was watching the sign up little notification throughout the week and just saw that it was sitting around 4 or 5 people had said they were going to join the tournament, and then wake up this morning and look at it, there's 9. It's a pleasant surprise.
I think it's become a recent trend where some of the players that are more of the regulars, they realize, okay, so it's one thing to sign up for the reminder pings, but it's another to actually check in. It's important that we have that check-in post in the first place, just so that the TOs can confirm brackets and making sure that the tournament will run smoothly. But the sign-ups post is just as important so that we can kind of gauge that interest.
But hey, maybe they want to keep their opponents guessing, It's all part of the big strategy.
I admit I'm mildly guilty of that, but it was really because I was on the fence for one reason or another. But I usually end up playing, but also because I'm part of the TO group, I'm usually helping out as well, even if I'm playing. But it's fun and it's worth it.
Right,
Nice
and in that moment, yeah, they both topped each other out in the same moment, and looked like Light Rider was ready with the defense. Ospar not quite able to find the clear he needed.
Yeah, Ospar in that exchange was locked out of the top rows for a garbage clear, so it required a little bit of extra burning and figuring out what kind of garbage clear can I expose.
I like this opening from Light Rider too.
That separated garbage is really scary, especially when you're topped out. It really cuts your action economy in that sense. Like, what can you do to expose a clear? Let alone one that can clear all the garbage at once rather than having to burn extra.
Plus, it's going to mean it's going to be really hard to keep consistent offense to, keep Light Rider busy. But it's like Ospar's doing a good job of hanging in there.
It's funny you're mentioning how Ospar's APM was over 400 earlier and like going really fast. this is the stark difference from before, where it was taking a bit to even scrape into the 300s. I guess it's partially due to the pressure that Uspur was under.
Yeah, a lot of that when you got a huge block, this is a lot of time. There's a lot of just waiting. It's good to keep moving around and trying to reorganize your board, but that's also a skill that kind of comes later that I can honestly say I don't quite have that. But we're going to take a moment away from that group, it looks like, and jump into another game. Let's see.
I'm getting a message from one of our other participants while we're taking a look at that. Aspect versus Doko. Alright, I'm gonna hop in, and I'm just gonna tend to that message very quickly. I'll be right back in like 30 seconds.
Sure. Oh, all right. So we had a good exchange just to start us off. No player quite top off at the moment, so we're gonna see who decides to mount the first big offense. A lot of 2 chains, a lot of 3 chains. And our GPM, our garbage per minute, is one of the stats that are up at the top left, top right of each of the boards. And you can see Espik is sitting around 15 garbage per minute, and Doko is popped up to 19 there, but big number doesn't always quite translate to actually having your opponent topped out, so we will see who's gonna come out on top in this poking match. Nice 4 incoming from Doko. Not quite topping off Espik. Espik handling that pressure really well.
Alright, I'm back, and as you said, Espik has been doing very well with clearing those waves of garbage.
Right as I was saying that, Doko sends his big monster over to Espik, which they're taking care of, no problem.
It's a good move on Doko's behalf, just so that it cuts Espik's attacking pace short just by a little bit, giving a little bit of breathing room to Doko. Because now Espik has to commit to clearing that.
Right, like I was saying about the GPM meter at Espik's top left, Espik's now sitting at 13, so having to deal with that big garbage has really meant that, like you said, it takes a lot of your focus away from sitting a good attack.
Exactly, you can see just like exactly based on that GPM metric in this case, how it throttled Espik's attacking pace. But Espik did the right thing and sent a bunch of medium to larger chains, and it's enough to put Doko on the defensive, or at least having to commit some of those panels to defense. A little bit of an unfortunate clear there on Espik's side, bringing 3 extra panels. Don't want to be doing that if you're low stack, or at least having not many panels in that first tier.
Looks like Espik's coming out okay from it. Slowly gaining a number of panels.
A little bit of a miss swap there. Was lunging for those purples. They were close by, but the cursor movement said, yep.
Unfortunate, I mean, like, they had just gotten out of that big block of garbage, so it's hard to make that transition at times.
I think psychologically or like mentally, it's very difficult to refocus after getting that kind of big break. You realize, okay, I just got out of that, but the rest of the garbage isn't gonna wait, and very likely because you had been under a lot of garbage, much more garbage is on its way, which means you have to be that much more ready for the next bout of defense, and more choosy with what you send, such that you can prevent your opponent from constantly having pressure advantage over you.
Like that second tier clear that Espic just made, keeping a good eye on the board.
How's Espic gonna transition? Gets a green, okay. Doko wanted to keep the pressure on Espic's side, trying to chain off of the garbage and get some extra combo garbage in there. Tried to get a 6 in that second tier, but was late, but frame perfect late, and it translated into a 3 chain.
That can often spell, a quick death, so that was a good recovery as well.
And it was enough for Doko to take the set 5-0 over Espic.
Good showing.
Who are we gonna take a look at? Looks like we're going to Dog in the Grass versus Soren. Goes by Milky Way Bunny in game. As I recall correctly, Soren normally plays on 5, so this is going to be interesting seeing Soren play on 8. Less time to react. Dog in the Grass 3, up 3 games.
Okay. Not quite able to. Had the clear setup. Milky Way Bunny did, but not quite able to get there.
And that puts Dog in the Grass at set point over Soren.
But almost got a quick.
Black screen
almost got sniped there.
screen. So while Kitty has to reset panel, we'll continue to call the match.
Just like old time radio.
Well, that was mildly unfortunate. Let's see where Kitty came back. Okay, so Kitty only got to see a couple seconds from stream perspective. But Dog in the Grass takes it 5-0 over Soren. Now we're gonna head over to Digi versus Light Rider. Okay, this is nice. We're starting at the beginning of a set.
All right. So like we've been jumping into a lot of middle of the game, so this is nice to see.
Yeah.
Digi was having a little bit of a moment to fumble around and try to find a clear, but nailed it.
That was a good sequence from Digi. The cursor movement was extremely fluid, and all of the clears that were made brought Digi to a garbage clear.
Nice.
Very good solve routing there. Light Rider patiently burns a little bit of extra panels and keeps himself safe. Sending a little bit of extra combo offense, just what's needed to keep the pressure on Digi right now with that layered garbage with the shocks. It was enough for Light Riders to take game 1.
Yeah, that was a nasty set of garbage. Had some of the metal trash in there. It was grossly layered, so it would have been tough to get out of on its own right.
Absolutely. Once you're through the shocks, it's basically a reaction test. You have to be ready. Sounds impossible. It's doable, but you need a lot of panels and you need very good execution and vision to make it happen.
Right, Light Rider takes the first big swing with a 4 chain. See who gets topped out first, though.
That was a cool mini lag chain from Light Rider, having separate clears to expedite those extra links of that chain. And it was enough to give Light Rider a second game win.
Excited to see Digi bring it back. I want to see the mystery chain, the question mark chain. I want to see a times 20.
We're going to need to see some players raise a little bit more or just keep chaining off of garbage in order for that to happen. Light Rider looks like says he's going to be right back. Let's see if there's any other matches going. Let's take a look at Soren versus Osper then.
Jumped right in, and nope, Soren wasn't quite able to find that clear, but we'll see what happens on this third set.
Soren had to enter a little bit late. There was a little bit of IRL things that were it held Soren up a little bit, but hopefully hopefully Soren can kind of shake that off. Bit of a poking battle right now with both players staying a little relatively low stack, but Osper managed to get a little bit more offense in the meantime.
Yeah, Osper was doing a couple of nice inserts and little tough tricks to pull off, especially.
Ooh, Soren gets a game win from that snipe. That four combo
that was
snipe.
good. Sometimes it's all you need.
Yeah, that happened as a result of Soren getting a very lucky set of garbage clears that turn into what we call luck chains here, where the revealed panels from garbage automatically translate into a chain. Just you don't have to do anything, let the panels fall, and it's a free however chain. In this case, it was a 5.
You know, but it still takes a good amount of skill to get yourself in that situation in the first place. So
it's true, and just as you said, it's also a skill to be able to capitalize off of it. That was a nice unsert from Soren, getting what would have otherwise just been a regular combo, but instead, or a regular clear, but it turned into a 2-chain 4 combo.
I was watching Osper. So did you say an unsert?
Unsert, where you're moving a panel out of the way for it to for the remaining panels to chain.
I can't wait to see the conversation in our terminology chat. Like, where I feel like everyone's
been a thing. I promise you. Okay, Osper takes a 5-1 over Soren. But yeah, I want to say Mar is the one that coined the term. I don't, as I also understand it, I don't think Shosel is like too crazy about it, but I felt like I felt like it's catchy enough so that I'll keep using it.
I like it. I'm gonna start putting it in my vernacular. I just love, like, I feel like everyone is in there as being so creative all the time.
It definitely works. If you take a look at that terminology channel, there's some really wacky terms, and I like all of them because they sound really cool.
Yeah, you know, it also means, like, a lot of us have been playing this game for, you know, many years, so it just kind of goes to show, like, that kind of our own unique vocabulary kind of sticks around.
Absolutely, and there's always more to learn with this game, especially because the competitive scene at this level is very much still, relative to other games, in its infancy.
You know, I just realized I'm looking at the wrong game.
Oh, me too. Oh, okay, we're gonna head over to where Kitty's looking, which is Soren versus Digi.
Whoops.
Oh, a little bit of lore, by the way. I've been tuning into Soren streams a few times when Soren is streaming Panel Attack. Soren has been able to bring a few viewers as well to play, brought in quite a few new members. It was really nice to see. And also, it's been very long. It's been a long time coming for Soren to get ranked in. because all of Soren's viewers didn't have a rating, but it was basically only Soren that had played any ranked games. So this is going to be nice for Soren to finally get rank in.
Yeah.
Keep saying get into the rating system, but that's not quite how it works.
Yeah.
Into the rating system.
I'm in.
Like infiltrated the rating system.
Those contenders just casually dealing with the garbage they got. See those big chains. I'm a big chain. I love her. Like, you know, I feel like combo garbage is probably actually the way to go. Being able to do a big combo storm. It's such a good way to kill your opponent. But I just love that serotonin rush of the big chains.
I can understand it. That's very understandable. What I would say to that is knowing when to chain and knowing when to combo is very important, because they both types of garbage and both types of attacking have their respective niches. Chains are great for topping out your opponent.
Yeah, and to that effect too, just when I first joined, I remember someone telling me like, oh no, like you always just need to be doing combo storm. That's the best way to do it. You shouldn't be, focusing on building big chains. It's a bad habit. And I just remember being like, so like miffed by that, like I can't play the way I want to play. But I found that's really not true. Like you absolutely can be sending, like we have many players who use the strategy of sending big garbage, and like you said, there's always a time for it. There's times where it is the right choice. So don't let your dreams go if they're to get those mystery chains.
Exactly. It's so important, because like if you just think only combo and not chains, it actually can develop into like really bad habits where you cannot, where your vision is stunted and you can't see anything except for combos. And even then, if you can find them, your attacking pace, for the most part, will likely be cut short, especially if your opponent drops chains on you. Because if you're burning everything with your combos, you're left with a very low stack and no opportunity to raise, or at least you can't raise nearly as much as you otherwise could to send another wave.
Yeah, very true.
Okay, back to the set at hand. Digi is up 4-0. Bit of a poking battle right now. Both players trying to top each other out.
Yep, looks like Digi's making that happen. How's Soren gonna respond?
Dangerous. Couldn't get that last purple to get the clear to start preparing that down stack, giving Digi
honestly,
a 5-0 win.
Sorry, I honestly wouldn't have known what to do to save that situation myself. It would have taken a little bit of creativity for sure.
Some other players, when you see those kinds of situations, they'll say you'd rather avoid being in that situation to begin with. There were a few opportunities for Soren to prioritize the garbage clear, because there was one that was exposed, and that one I want to say was a red. But because there were a few extra clears made, it broke the clear and then forced Soren to have to expose a new garbage clear. So it's always really, it's difficult to maintain that balancing act so that you know when to switch gears to go to defense rather than keeping on burning to restabilize if you see that there's a garbage clear ready.
Yeah, very true. Well, oh, it looks like Kitty is showing us the bracket if you want to take a quick look at that.
Okay.
So, in our first group, we have Dog in the Grass leading with 4-0. Very nice. In our second group, Doko is our current pack leader. So I guess we still have a couple more games to go, so things can switch around a little bit. Oh, do we lose with Light Rider, or is it just kind of marked out on the?
Light Rider had to leave, unfortunately. So that will bump up everyone else in terms of placing by 1. And with that recent set between Digi and Soren, it looks like they'll have to look at tiebreakers for a number of games, I believe 1, to see who will take that 3rd spot to advance in that group.
Right. A little bit of a mix-up there. Looks like we have a couple matches going on right now. Well, I guess maybe Dog in the Grass and Osprey are just doing a waiting match. I think they're done. We have Yoko and Bray playing a match right now as well. So
I think they're warming each other up for the finals bracket. You love to see it. Soren 8 is so hard. Nevertheless, I'm really happy to see you compete.
Yeah, you did so well.
It's definitely different from 5, and also I'm happy that you got a rating now.
Very nice.
First time doing 8 ever, so I'm happy I won one round at all. I guess I got a rating finally. Yeah. Lots of firsts, and cause for celebration.
Heck yeah. It can be disheartening to come into a tournament that's like packed like this, and and have different expectations. And I'm glad that we're hitting a lot of firsts, and Soren's really happy about it. Hope to see Soren come back.
Yeah, Soren, you're awesome. Hopefully some of the other community members like Toxic Star, Onion, Fel, and Minami can all join in as well. Dragging Mina next time, I forgot to wake them up. That's alright. I mean, if you want to, the next chance would be next week, the advanced tournament on level 10. Sure, I don't think anyone has given it a try yet, but there's no better time than the tournaments to play a bunch of people in a very short amount of time. Just to get exposed to the tournament scene.
Yeah, I mean, like, tournament nerves are a thing, and they only get better with more practice and more exposure.
Absolutely. And with with more players, it makes for a much more lively tournament for sure. And it certainly drives up the incentive for those of us that are able to stream to do so. To which I want to just give a very quick shout out to Kitty, who's been handling stream this entire time, and to Chaos for doing all the score entry and TOing work behind the scene and making sure all of our players are where they need to be, playing their matches, and making sure that this event has been running smoothly.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you both. You're some of my favorite Grandmasters. Or Kitty's Grandmaster in heart.
Kitty's too powerful. Soren says we'll definitely keep the Novice one lively for now. Absolutely, and that's going to be happening first weekend of December, so do keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing you there. And everyone you bring. So, yeah, looks like Dog in the Grass and Osprey are catching up on one last game. Right, so.
It's good to see. Again, 2 players that normally play on 10. So, anytime either player can expose an opening for the other, it's huge. Because otherwise they'll have to wait X number of minutes after, unless someone makes a fatal mistake.
Absolutely, and a difference too. I feel like I do a lot of inserts and all that, and just the timing is so different between 8 and 10 as well. So, yeah, it's just another difficulty to throw in there, you know.
Big time inserts on 8. It's part of the reason. You did say that once you're on 10, it's hard to go back on 8. Inserts timing for me is one big reason for that.
Oh gosh, yeah. I know I rely on inserts a little bit too much, and so like I die so quickly on 8 now. It's embarrassing.
Fair enough. It's hard because if you don't have a backup plan, assuming that the insert doesn't work, or rather, you don't have a backup plan on the assumption that your insert isn't gonna work, it can get really it can get really scary even with health.
Oh, yeah,
just as I say that, dog in the grass tries to go for a slide, even more riskier and strict in terms of timing on 8.
Yeah, dogs definitely. Does that mean they're listening?
Soren says eyes are out. Awesome. I'm getting the John Please Fix emote in game. There is quite a bit of drop frames on my end. Not sure how it's for stream. I'm gonna just take a look momentarily, like go back and forth. Hopefully it won't impede the game too much.
Yeah, here's hoping. Doesn't the game, after so many drop frames, automatically just kick you out?
It does. If it takes it, yeah, if it goes on for too long, it results in a crash. On my end, it's definitely looking fairly choppy, but looks like both players are still able to play through it. It's Oscar that's stuttering. Yeah, okay. Holy crap, 32 latency. Yeah, okay. Oh, this is scary. Okay, I don't know if it was the game that caused that or the fact that Oscar had basically double tower.
Right.
I want to say it's a combination of both, but that gives Dog in the Grass a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, we'll have to send a quick letter to the internet provider and see if they can't get it figured out. This is too big of an event to be having this happen, you know?
Oh, that extra swap from Dog! That was painful. Dog only intended to just swap one panel out, not both, and it was frame perfect. You can't even get the clear with the purples, and instead, it just went down the well.
It was impressive in its own right.
It's like, what an impressive way to die. Cry on the inside. Good solve run from Dog.
Yeah, taking that loss in stride, just bringing it right back. It looks like Dog's been in the driver's seat, but right as I say that, taking a kind of a factory layered garbage to handle.
Osprey took quite a massive risk with that slide. Had to burn a few extra panels as a result of missing it, but managed to get a garbage clear and a second tier clear. Osprey did a good job handling those two towers by making clears to expedite the down stacking.
Which you didn't have a lot of time to deal with. It was just like this big layer of combo garbage came immediately for him.
It certainly highlights that difference that you see when you prioritize defense to that degree. when you're always thinking, okay, what's my garbage clear, or how can I expose one? Osper was locked out from the top rows for a garbage clear, immediately looked for something to expose one.
Meanwhile, Dog had a bit of a scary tower there, but makes the transition, no problem. Set up a good next layer of offense.
A double delay from Dog in the Grass blossomed into a 4 or 5 chain there. Had to downstack some towers quickly, gets a garbage clear. Nice second tier awareness as well. And from Osper as well.
Yeah, that was a good job looking to the next layer, because I wasn't seeing something to an immediately clear for Osper as well.
Indeed, that was excellent target switching. Saw that there was no garbage clear apparent or one that's feasible. Shot his eyes immediately to second tier. Kept himself safe, buying more time to tend to that bottom layer later. This is a little bit more dangerous now.
That combo garbage.
Woo! Well, that single middle tower was almost very dangerous for Osper.
Cleared it up, no problem. Just had to clear a lot of panels in the meantime. You know, this whole commentary thing is tough. Like, oh yeah, that was good. Cleared some panels, that was great. Sometimes it's tough to find the next thing to say.
It's tricky, especially because these interactions, like, they happen so quickly, and if you're going to talk about them, you actually like end up spending a lot more time. So I try to give some form of a replay feature to that and explain while the match is still going. But meanwhile, Osper couldn't downstack that left tower quick enough, and now Dog is at set point. Importantly, this is going to, I want to say this shouldn't affect seeding too much, because Osper is at 2 set wins and 1 loss, and Dog in the Grass is at 3. Actually, no, I take it back. If Osper takes this set, which means it's basically an effective reverse sweep almost, then they would be tied in sets.
Right. So that would make things pretty interesting.
Yeah. If instead Dog in the Grass takes it with this game, then Dog in the Grass will have 4 wins, 4 set wins, and Osper will be 2-2.
Right, they're looking at
You guys are doing great. Thank you, Soren.
Well, thanks. I don't know, I feel like you kind of jinxed me, Soren. After you said that, I was like, okay, what should I say next? And a lot of nothing.
Okay, we can always bide our time to find something that will warrant the hype or warrant some explanation.
Yeah.
Because these players in particular, they're just that strong. So sometimes it's harder to find specific things for them that would be more applicable in terms of that. But Osper wasn't able to clear that pesky middle right tower, giving Dog in the Grass a 4th set win. So Dog in the Grass is guaranteed top seed in that group, or top finish in that group. And will be seated among the top along with Doko, so probably going to be seated in the semifinals. And I think now we have our top 6 players decided. Dog in the Grass, Oscar, Digi, Doko, Bray, and Espen will all advance to the singles bracket.
All right. So this is where it all comes down to getting those tournament winnings of sweet accolades.
Thornton says music on the screen is a bit too loud. Okay, thanks for your feedback. Katie will have a chance to adjust that. Thank you, that's perfect. Awesome. Okay, so while that's going, I'm going to start setting up predictions for our bracket stage for any of you who want to gamble with channel points.
Yeah, that's where the real money is at. I need to figure out how to do that myself. That's Oh wait, does that mean I'm allowed to vote? Would that be considered a conflict of interest or anything?
I think you're okay because you haven't been made a mod for the channel yet. That's the thing. Because I can set up predictions, if I start betting, like what happens is like I can't bet without relinquishing the ability to handle the predictions afterward. And I made bank in the past because I bet like 10 channel points against someone, Sanker, who bet like thousands of channel points on another player.
Oh, and your 10 points made you thousands. That's amazing.
It was actually like the most glorious thing ever because no one else bet with me, and I'm like, okay, I'll take them all. Who wins the set? Okay, so our first. I'm just gonna do this in advance. Hopefully, we go top to bottom and left to right so that I actually do this correctly. But before we start, I'm just gonna see in tournament chat what Chaos will be announcing. Okay, so I assume we're gonna start fairly shortly. So I'm gonna put up the prediction now. It's gonna be up for. I'll give a little bit of extra time this time, but for the rest it'll be for a little bit less time, just so that we can get everyone settled and ready to start. But based on the bracket, it looks like we're going to start with Bray versus Digi. Or Digi. Oh, okay. Let me set that prediction up right now. There we go. Okay, our two players are in the character select screen.
First round of final bracket.
All right, someone big spender on Digi. I respect it.
Might take out a small loan for my bet. Oh, they're starting right away.
Let's do it. Bet on himself. Okay, that's mad.
I love it.
Respect to Digi. I would absolutely do the same thing.
Right, so looks like Digi's looking at a bigger.
Sorry, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna close the predictions after this first game because I put it up for 10 minutes, but I don't want to have it up for the entire 10 minutes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Hope you don't get too much pushback. I know these points are really important to people.
I know, right? they are my whole life. No, I'm kidding. Bet against your salt and throw the match to watch play. Okay, that's the end of the first game, so I'm gonna close the predictions. Yeah, just do that. Prediction, like that, and submissions. Okay.
All right. Bray took that first one. I was watching Bray a little bit, and Bray was having a little bit of trouble with a couple different missed inserts at the very beginning, but made no problem making it all up with the ×8.
And just now, Bray had a really precarious situation with 2 towers, but was basically chaining throughout in order to downstack both towers, and managed to send an 8 chain onto DigiDigi's screen.
You can't die if panels are, in fact, popping.
Soren says, I had never thought of using the predictions for these. Thanks, my streams will be even more chaotic now.
Oh no.
You're sorry. I'm kidding. No, you're welcome. Galactic just in time for the gambling. Dog, everything's made up and the points don't matter.
I don't know. I see a future of a gigantic gambling ring starting.
Oh goodness.
Digi. I had a clear. Wasn't quite able to get there in time.
Importantly, while topped out, the garbage up on DigiDigi's screen was very low shake, being the 6x1s were 2-chain garbage. So even if DigiDigi were to downstack, I don't think Bray had continued to send chains, but rather it would have been followed by combo garbage. So any downstacking attempts, haphazard downstacking attempts, would have been met with very low shake. DigiDigi was trying to move that purple over to try to get a garbage clear, but unfortunately had downstacked the other one, which prevented the garbage clear.
Yeah, I hate to see it, but it's okay. You can always bring it back. I don't know, maybe not if Bray has anything to say about it. It looks like these are some nasty big chains coming.
It was an incredibly strong showing thus far. Bray had 2 massive towers, but it didn't matter because Bray was able to get that large chain onto DigiDigi's board with time to spare. And now Bray is at match point. Another good example of Bray chaining into the garbage. It's one of those. It's how I also mentioned where you can check off both attacking and defending with the same clear.
All right, we got our first match in the books.
Okay. Let me just dole out those points. Congratulations to Bray taking it 5-0 over DigiDigi.
That was a good showing, Digi. Thanks for playing.
Our next match is going to be between Oscar and Espic, so I'm going to get the predictions up for that. Alright. Wins. Ospar versus Espic. And prediction is up. Place your bets.
Better to lose all channel. Yeah. So true. The points don't matter. It's about style.
Going all in on Espic, I respect it. Galadic 3.1k on my boy Oscar. Incidentally, Galadic and Oscar are both from Brazil, so I can understand that. Galadic in fact had been training with Oscar a little recently, where
Really?
Oscar was able to get a little bit of insights, specifically on play on 10. So I think it has been helping Oscar quite a bit for the bracket stage today too.
Didn't know that. That's very cool. I feel like we have a lot of Brazilian panel attackers too, so.
Yeah, they're
Nice
all
showing.
monsters.
Yeah. Wonder if they hand you a Super Nintendo whenever you go and visit Brazil. First thing they give you.
Dog in the
All
grass.
right.
To answer your question, Yoshimitsu is in fact Brazilian. Galadic, that training was meant for the intermediate 2 months ago, but I guess that still counts. The need to go through a training arc burns every time I see good players. It's a sword. Well, Oscar is up 1 game over Espic. Let's see if Espic can fire back.
Oscar going all the way to the low stack, and right as Espic just about tops him off. Almost there.
Tried to go for a second tier clear, didn't quite get the intended one, but got a rebound one instead. Still managed to kind of fulfill that objective.
Good job with Espic looking at that second tier. Big line of garbage coming right for Espic as well. Handles it just fine.
Oscar was also able to transition fairly smoothly between garbage layers. This is a little bit scary for Espic because there's an uneven separated garbage situation happening right now. We'll have to be very careful as Espic downstacks this.
Manages to make it. I love it. That was a great job, Henry. I was genuinely scared as well.
Espic managed to arrange the panels in such a way that the single garbage clear managed to clear everything at once.
Looking at that second tier again, love to see it. Let's check in on Oscar. Still hanging out, not topped off, firing just over and over and over.
But dangerous for Espic. Zoomed over to get that garbage clear in the bottom right corner with the yellows. Unfortunately, wasn't able to to move properly to get a garbage clear. Presumably with the light blues there.
Yeah, but with a 2+ minute match, it's a really good showing.
Oh, most definitely. Kanon says, my fellow countryman. Nice to see you in chat, by the way. Espic having a few unfortunate clears there, burning but not clearing the garbage. A little bit of restabilizing here. little bit of
We're getting a
stuttering
little bit of
from yeah, from the players. Dog, they're too powerful, they can't handle it.
yeah. Can't respond to what you can't see.
Yeah, I'm getting scared. Every time the game stutters like that, I'm like, is it gonna be a crash? Is it is it going to do away with these super long games that these players are putting in work for? Both players moving fairly fast now, both of them breaking into the 400s.
Very nice. Cursor speed was always something I struggled with for the longest time. So that's
Oh, we
looks like
got the crash. Oh
yeah.
no. Okay. Well, they'll have to start back up with Osprey up to 0 over Espic. Deluxe Lighthouse wins again. Oh my god.
Was it 2-0, you said?
If I recall correctly, let me see what they're saying in German chat. Hopefully I called that correctly. Well, actually, I can take a look at the replays really quick. Yes, Osprey up 2-0 over Espic.
Okay. All right, back at it.
A little bit of stuttering right off the gates. Hopefully it won't be enough to cause another crash.
There it is. About to say, the thing was kind of going smoothly, but
Oh, that's another crash. I'm gonna take a. I'm just gonna mute myself for a bit just to see what the play will be in terms of handling things.
our Discord's going a little bit crazy trying to figure it out. So if you're, you can see at the bottom of the screen, actually, if you haven't joined the Discord, there's the website, and that has a link to the Discord itself. It's always great to have new community members. Earlier, we were talking about the different things that this group does. I know that a lot of people are trying to put together different assets for the game. I know we've got, if I can see over here, might pull it up a little bit later, but I know that we have different musicians, we have artists, we have coders who are uh, kind of working on different aspects of the game because it's open source and it's just a nice community project. So if you're interested, jump on it.
Okay, so I'm getting, based on what I'm getting from tournament chat, it looks like it was Oscar watching stream at the same time as playing the match. That might have been eating quite a bit of bandwidth. So unfortunately, that means Oscar will have to just play and not be able to watch the stream. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Hopefully that should solve that problem and shouldn't lead to any more crashes. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, we'll probably. I know they upload different videos of the tournaments. I know we have a YouTube channel, and hopefully we can get the video on there. But we're of course, video is also going to be on Twitch, so you can always check it out a little bit later. Yeah, chat's talking a little bit about how they making your own characters. Yeah, that's one thing that a lot of people do is make their own skins for the game itself. So you can, like I said, it was open source. You can make your own custom characters. I've seen just like absolutely like OCs, like original characters sets. I've seen other games being thrown in there. Like I've seen anime characters. I've heard a lot of JoJo yells in the past. So you can customize it and make whatever flavor you want.
Yeah, I myself have made quite a few stages with dynamic music, and I credit Cornflakes who kind of instructed me in terms of how to make it so that the music isn't too loud and the transitions are very smooth. I've also made a few character mods, thanks based off of some of the Japanese Puyo Puyo Tetris characters.
Cool. How would you, and it's pretty easy to do yourself?
It's not too difficult. It's just making sure that you know all, like you have a handle of like what exactly you need for each file and how everything is named, and you can literally just take any character or stage mod based on what you want to do and see how the formatting rules work and just follow those rules and you're basically fine. And if you're still stuck, a lot of plenty there's a lot of helpful like people out there in the chat graphic sounds channel that can give you the advice you need. Looks
Yeah, I'm
like
pretty
Oscar and Espic are
technologically.
starting back up, by the way.
Oh, okay, there we go. Let's jump right in. I'm pretty technically challenged, so I've seen a lot of helpful guides to set up my skins, and I don't always use them, but it's pretty easy comparatively. So if you're looking for one, we've got the resources.
Definitely. Okay, it looks like they're on the same sides as before, so at least I don't have to keep like mentally remind myself that one player's on the other side. Oscar's still on the left, Aspic's still on the right.
Love it. I would probably not have noticed that had you not said it.
Yeah, it's always tricky because you have to like remind yourself every time like you're calling that, just making sure who's on what side. And we also have to remind ourselves that Oscar is up 2 games to 0 over Espic. So Espic will need 5 here. Oscar only needs 3 more wins. Oh, that crazy lag chain from Oscar. More than enough to top out Espic.
Very impressive.
Espic is down stacking, needs to find a garbage clear, does so with the light blues. If Espic wants to top Oscar out, Espic will now have to send a large attack.
Yeah,
But still
I mean,
needs to commit to defense, and there's not many panels to do it.
so true. I mean, right now, Oscar is just sitting pretty, dealing with the occasional little bit of combo garbage here and there, but looks like Espic is sending a nice little chain that's going to help a little bit with that issue. Give something for Oscar to chew on in the meantime.
Okay, Aspic is going to have to route a solve. Very good reaction, keeping the green propped up and translating into a garbage clear of his own. But couldn't quite arrange panels in time to buy more stop time to lead to a garbage clear. So that puts Osper up 3-0 over Espic.
And Osper's connection seems a lot more stable too, so that's good.
Much more stable, absolutely. Good. Chaos agrees in tournament chat. Much Yeah. It makes a difference.
Happy to see Oscar also is not afraid of bringing that stack right up. Just give more panels to keep the offense coming.
Moreover, Oscar had sent a couple of early 3 chains, leading to a bit of layering on Aspect's board. Followed it up with Carmo garbage, but it came at a time where Aspect had just finished clearing all the chain garbage. So it only took 1 garbage clear to get a whole bunch of fresh panels to work with. Good second tier awareness from Oscar.
Like that.
That was so smooth. What?
Yeah, that's all part of the things you got to do to keep that offense going when you're top down. Just pull off a couple frame trick movements and all that.
Yeah, can Oscar teach me how to do that, please? Aspect is now topped up with that chain garbage fully on screen, so it's gonna take a while to clear through that. Couldn't find a garbage clear in time. So Oscar is now at set point 4 to 0.
I think Aspect did have kind of a clear setup, but had accidentally popped something else. So it's kind of how it goes.
True. A little dangerous for Aspect. Has a lot of garbage on screen, but had to raise to expose a garbage clear. Had Aspect been topped out, that would have been a lockout.
Meanwhile, Oscar did make a couple of really nice awareness moves to be able to stay alive in that moment. Was dangerously low stack, but was about to make a final chain clear that would have gotten rid of his last option, but very smart move to just like cut it off and keep it from happening. It's like you said, you really have to know when you need to cut your chains, and you did a perfect example of that earlier.
Exactly. Preventing yourself from being knocked out takes a lot of good judgment and good reaction time as well. A little dangerous situation for Aspect. Needs to find a garbage clear. There is one with the greens. Gets it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, getting a little bit of slowdown. Okay. There's a little bit of like extra runoff on Osprey's side, but Osprey does take the set 5-0. Let me just settle that prediction real quick. Okay. Here we go. Alright, next up for our first of 2 semifinals. Looks like it's going to be Dog in the Grass versus Bray. So I'm going to set that prediction up.
They are in the character select screen as well, waiting for the word. So this should be a good one too.
Right,
the rating
is up. Place your bets. Points not precious.
What?
Okay, they're jumping right in. Someone bet 2K again on Dog in the Grass. I'm betting all of my 90 points.
It's important, man.
No one showing Bray any love. Feels bad.
These two players really aren't that far apart in terms of rating, so I don't know. Maybe someone can make off like a thief.
All 5K on Bray's Galadin. I respect it.
Love a good underdog story. Wouldn't you be betting for the dog then?
Well, just as you said that, I guess Dog might be the underdog. Because Bray did take the first game. So, and with the end of the first game, that's it for submissions. Let's see who takes this. Dangerous. Bray had a very tall left side tower.
Yeah,
Downstacks it, finds a garbage clear with the greens. Another left side tower.
making me sweat over here. I mean, as long, hey, if you can handle it, go for it. Ooh, I like that. Little quick 5 chain.
Dog in the Grass was able to get an extra link in that chain off of the garbage. But now his top's out again, down stacks a little bit to safety.
Ooh. That attack that just came in from Bray was pretty scary, but thankfully Dog in the Grass was ready for it.
Yeah, that highlights that difference between those that are prioritizing defense right away versus taking a little bit of extra time. When you don't have that kind of time on those higher difficulty levels, you could be super low stack and have, let's say, 8 rows filled with combo garbage and still not be ready. Those ones are really scary. It's like you're being pummeled with combo garbage.
I was literally thinking about like the sound effect of just being so scary.
That's exactly it.
So Dog in the Grass evens it up 1-1.
Not going down without a fight. Seven chain from Bray. Most of it is on Dog in the Grass's board. Dog fires back with a 4 chain and a 3 chain, followed by some smaller shake garbage.
I got a little scared there for a moment because Bray started to lose a couple of a little bit of that health there, so but managed to make the recovery no problem. And is sending a big chain right back, so saying I'm not going down without a fight too.
Good down stacking from Dog to expose the garbage clear.
Is that awkward 7? I guess it's like a size 7 plus combo that was just sitting in the middle of Bray's stack was also a bit scary. Just
oh yeah, the 5 combo
your
garbage.
flow.
That's always
Yeah.
scary. That's probably like the biggest possible like kind of punisher for those single wide towers.
Mm-hmm.
Bray couldn't find a garbage clear in time, and now Dog in the Grass takes the lead.
These are really solid matches. Like the both players are sending really big offenses, having really solid defenses. It's just a slogfest back and forth.
I'm really liking how like this kind of showcase of being able to attack and defend at the same time. Bray trying to downstack a little bit before getting that garbage clear. Meanwhile, Dog is looking to keep the pressure on. Does so by sending a 5 chain. Bray gets garbage clear.
Both players setting it with high stacks. Dog makes a little bit of down stacking there to take off some of the pressure.
Bray has a very nice, well-timed second tier clear. As soon as that first tier of garbage was clearing, he immediately shot up to second tier and get a clear. But now needs to expose yet another garbage clear. Gets one with the greens.
That was a nice save on Bray's part. I like that. I would have freaked out. I wasn't. Yeah, I didn't see something right away.
Good judgment from Dog, being able to downstack just so that once Dog pulled out that last panel, it turned into a garbage clear. Doing it too early would have wasted that 4 combo, as it would not have cleared garbage.
Uh-oh. Yep.
Oh, that was a lockout. Yeah. Dog takes it. Dog is now a 3-1 over Bray. Wow, well-timed 8th link in that chain.
And follows it up with a 4 chain, like... It was wonderful.
This is going to keep Dog in the Grass fairly busy. It's not quite the 20 chain that you wanted, but we're getting there.
Thank you, Bray. My dream stays alive.
Coming soon says Bray, don't let me and my 90 points down.
Right as you say that, Bray answers. Beautiful.
Ken says that layering. Tetris saying if you want 20 chain, ask Orange Triangle. Orange Triangle, known very well for having specifically trained chaining ability before coming here.
Yeah, if you want to see someone just very casually whip that 20 chain, go observe a couple matches of Orange Triangle. It's an inspiration, really.
Yeah, the chain vision is like really, really good. Very heavy offense from Bray, more than enough to top Dog in the Grass out. Down stacks to safety.
Nice job. Nice little combo chain from Dog in the Grass, getting a 5 to get a guaranteed extra free line in that wave of offense there. Meanwhile, I think Bray had a moment where I think there was literally only one solve. I may have missed it, another one, but that was a really great save from Bray's part too.
Yeah, these interactions, they happen so fast, so if you're watching one board or the other, like you'll probably miss like 2 or 3 other really cool things from the other. So it's good to have more than one commentator like for these kinds of games where both players are just playing on point. A little dangerous for Bray, getting extremely low stack, has to be really choosy with the clears.
I loved it.
I believe had to dip into health just by a teensy bit. I could be wrong, but managed to get the garbage clear and managed to stay safe. Ooh,
as we said that.
With that garbage clear though. Now, Dog
yeah, that would have been a little tough.
Point.
A lot of really good creative solves though in that match.
Okay, we're seeing that tower situation from Bray again. Let's see if there's a garbage clear. Still needs to downstack and expose a garbage clear. Meanwhile, Dog is not topped out, safe, and is continuing to chain off of garbage. It's going to send a big attack back.
Ooh. The Dog said I can make chains too.
More than enough to top out Bray. Now has to deal with an 8 chain. Bray gets the garbage clear. Proactively trying to downstack and burn some panels to expose the garbage clear. Couldn't do it in time. Ran out of health. Tried to get it with the yellows, but it wasn't quite enough. Dog in the Grass is your first of 2 finalists for this month's intermediate tournament.
Yeah, that was a great match, and it was real close on Bray. Almost got that save. Would have kept going for a long time, I'm sure.
That was a really nice match. Absolutely. I'm gonna start the next prediction for our other 2 semifinalists, Doko versus Ospar. Prediction will be up for 5 minutes, starting right now.
Our contenders matched up and ready to go.
Galactic, this all-in strat isn't giving me Deluxe playing Let It Ride. Huh?
I don't. I feel like we have really good people who are really good at swapping panels and are just not otherwise good with their money.
Coming soon, says Doko's MFing beast. FYI, yeah, we had discussed this earlier, where prior to or rather shortly after joining the scene, we saw Doko having very little trouble transitioning to the higher difficulty levels, playing very, very well, and rightfully so, taking, I want to say, the first, the other semifinalist seed in this tournament, placing in the top of their group stage.
Yeah, Dogo's just tearing it up. Meanwhile, we've seen a lot of Oscar playing too earlier today, so this is also going to be Sparks will fly kind of match.
Absolutely. Oscar also normally plays on 10, so it'll be interesting to see how that's going to translate into what I'm hoping to see, much longer survivability.
Looks like we are now getting the orders to start. Maybe. There we go.
Yep, Chaos gave the okay, so this match is ready to begin. And we're hopping right in. Doko on the left, Oscar on the right. Doko wastes no time in sending off a 6 chain, and Oscar firing back with a 4 chain and some garbage and some combo garbage. Coming soon says, I have a history with Oscar. When he first met, he always kicked my ass every set. Only a few weeks ago, I'd edge out at the end. Well, that means that you yourself are also growing. That's exciting. Good reaction from Doko to find a combo to buy some stop time and reorganize the board.
Yeah, there was Doko had a clear, but then in mid-transition accidentally popped something else, and that's always one of those tough situations where you just gotta react really quickly.
And meanwhile, Oscar had to work through a little bit of layered garbage and was able to do so long enough to take a first game over Doko.
Mm-hmm.
To which it's time to close predictions, by the way. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Now, just going to say, with Doko, started trying to downstack to save the situation, but with that layering of 2 different 4 combos, it didn't seem like that was going to help. They were just kind of not laying well.
Absolutely. When they separate it like that, it's absolute hell trying to figure out, okay, well, how am I going to get my garbage clear when these 4 combo garbages, literally, if they fall 1 row, they can wall me out. And then I have to reorganize, completely from scratch. Oh, that was so unfortunate. Doko saw that it's raised, but wasn't able to organize the yellows in time, and it led to a death raise. That was so unfortunate.
Was doing the right thing.
Idea, but wrong execution.
Right.
Good chain, all just enough to top Osprey out. Osprey had to down stack to safety. Osprey was dangerously low stack, managed to get basically the only garbage clear available.
I was feeling a little bit worried about that.
Rows. Clutch clear in order to get a garbage clear there.
Very nice. That's the problem with being really low down stack. I mean, yeah, having a low stack is you can run out of panels really quick.
It gets incredibly scary when you're down there because at that point, really every decision actually counts. It's not that that doesn't apply when you have more panels or more outs, but in this case, when it happens, if you mess up, you die.
Osprey taking third match.
Doko is still looking to get on the board, trying to fire back.
I'm ready to see it happen. This has been a really strong showing from Doko. These matches are really good.
Doko made very quick work of that separated 4 combo garbage. Has to use 2 separate clears, but it works, so it doesn't matter. Oh, that pesky light blue. Doko opts to keep it up there, maybe as a good luck charm. Still got a garbage clear with the green. Safe engineer in chat, welcome.
Another big chain coming from Osprey.
Doko sent a follow-up chain in hopes to keep Osprey topped out. Looks like it's almost enough. Osprey was able to get a garbage clear to halt that stack from raising. Big chain coming from Doko.
Both sides.
Oh, this is scary. Oh. Managed to downstack and clear just in time. Osprey gets the slide. Oh no, the wiggle! Osprey managed to get the most clutch garbage clear. Had to move super fast in order to prevent Osprey's health from dwindling all the way down to 0.
The wiggle strat.
Incredible. The forbidden tech I'm seeing in chat. Oh goodness me.
That's so funny.
Oh, Osprey was locked out there. Doko now on the board.
Love to see it. So we're at 3-1. What's gonna happen next?
This is the perfect chance for Doko to gain some momentum, and in comparison, this is where Osprey would want to try to look to break that momentum.
Just exchanging blows. There's been a lot of garbage, good garbage coming from both sides, but it looks like Doko's been more so in the driver's seat.
Just as I said that. Garbage clear. It was looking dangerous, but Doko managed to stay safe, and that's all you can ask for.
Yeah, just wanted to make us sweat a little bit. Make sure we're still paying attention.
Certainly will keep the viewers awake. Like, you can't count me out. You cannot count me out. I'm gonna stay alive.
Both players, top down. We'd love to see it. What's like? Who's gonna break away with it?
Oh, Osprey had the right decision, trying to keep that red propped out to prevent, locking himself out, but couldn't down stack in time, giving Doko a second game win.
You hate when that happens, when your cursor is over your move and it just doesn't quite take.
It happens to the best of us, and it happens quite often. But you can always try to plan different solves or plan around things so that you don't have to face that kind of situation. So you can basically minimize that chance of having to resort to such a tactic. Right out.
It can be a frustrating thing. Often whenever people ask, like, how could I have gotten out of this situation? The first answer is always, well, not get in that situation to begin with.
It's so true, because the more that you can see ahead, the more that you can plan for those kinds of contingencies, the better you'll be in terms of avoiding those situations altogether. And if you ever are in those situations, the more likely you'll actually be able to get out of them, because you just see so much more.
It all just comes from with time and practice, which is the perfect place for it.
Yeah, tournaments are great.
Sign up. Yeah. Sign up for your local panel attack.
The best way to win, fight, not be there.
Every little miss swap makes me my heart skip a beat.
I saw excellent second tier management from Doko, and I'm seeing the same thing from Ospar. They have very good, like, the whole board is open to them the way that they're looking. Fortunately, wasn't enough. Doko was trying to get a garbage clear with the greens. The alternative wasn't looking much better because it would have involved bringing the light blue over to the other side. So you have to be super fast.
Yeah, that would have taken more swaps. I think the good news is that Doko was going for the shortest one, so good vision there.
That's true. But with that, Ospar is at set point. Doko not looking to give that set win for free, sending a very big attack and trying to put on the hurt with a bit of a follow-up attack there too. More than enough to top. Ospar had to downstack to safety. There is a second tier clear. Let's see when or if Ospar will make use of it. Uses it right away. Good call. Get some more panels going.
I'm a little worried about Ospar. Ospar says you shouldn't be.
Benjineer, to answer your question, it does work on the Nyx.
First time I saw that name, Benjineer, I had to do a double take and thought it said just beginner.
That was really unfortunate for Ospar. He was trying to skim off the top. Would have been better off taking an extra clear from beneath to create a little bit of a well, but it had to plan it properly in order to not waste extra moves. But Doko is still very much alive with that third game.
It's good news for us because it keeps things even more interesting. I want to see a 4-4 final rumble. But I'm sure the players don't.
Well, it looks like you got your wish. God. Oh, it's anyone's game now.
Here we go.
Game 9.
I am loving the attacks that Doko is sending. There's a lot of combos mixed into those chains, so it makes it really tricky. But Osprey's handling it right, just perfectly, clearing him right away.
Yeah, it makes for a very scary type of factory where most players would think of factory as like pure three chain, which they're not wrong in, but if you want to make it dangerous, you have to be interlacing combo garbage in between. Make it so that you can't always guarantee that a second tier clear, even sandwiched between two chain garbage, would guarantee a double garbage clear. It's those small things that when you can do it more often, it adds up, and it adds up fast.
Oh,
that was so scary. So the last possible moment gets the garbage clear. Oh my goodness.
That was a full moment of speechlessness. All I could do was reel back.
Osprey under some garbage finds a 4 combo to clear garbage before letting any other garbage fall down. Brief moment of respite while Doko's still under pressure and having to get clear. Good decision for Osprey to pull out that panel to get a 4 combo for garbage clear. Doko sending a larger attack with the very nice panel supply. You can see with how both of these players have been playing, the way that they're arranging panels as garbage is clearing to figure out in advance what's going to fall and where, so you can guarantee yourself a few extra chain links and buying yourself time for the next setup.
Just to
Doka
say
couldn't
that
get that garbage clear in time.
That was going to be a tough one to make, especially with the combo garbage getting rid of all of the drop time at the very top. So that was such a good match. I got exactly what I wanted. The 4 to 4.
Game 9.
The game 9.
Osprey is the second of 2 finalists who will be going up to play against Dog in the Grass, for which I'm going to be setting up the prediction right now. In the Grass, Osprey. Okay, prediction is up.
All right. Yeah, K9, that was a close match. I loved it. This has been probably one of my favorite matches this tournament. It was quite a nail biter.
It's like Osprey wants to take a break. I totally understand.
Gives us more time to stack up our panels for the bet.
Absolutely. Still about 4 minutes or so for the prediction. And while we're waiting for Osprey to just come back from the break, just want to give a quick shout out to the Discord. If you enjoyed what you're seeing in this tournament and want to join in on the action, take a look at our Discord, Tetris Attack Online, or Panel Attack. Discord.panelattack.com. And in terms of what we have in store for the next coming weeks, next Saturday at the same time slot, we'll be having our advanced tournament open to players between Copper and Platinum rank. It'll be played on level 10, very same format. Depending on turnout, it's going to be group stages followed by singles bracket. And the week after that, we'll have our completely open tournament to all players on level 10, the expert tournament. Always a highlight for me. End of the month, getting to showcase a lot of talent that our player base has.
And like you said, in the first weekend of December is going to be the novice tournament. So if you're watching this tournament and saying, how are these guys moving so quick? Then you can jump in, try our level 5 tournament, and get started. We'd love to have you.
Absolutely.
What's our prediction at?
Oh my goodness, almost 25,000 for Dog in the Grass. Still quite a bit for Osprey though. Okay, they're in the character select screen. Osprey on the left looks like, and Dog in the Grass on the right.
We might have to talk to the members in the chat about their gambling addiction, because this is a lot.
To be fair, I have just over 28,000 points, but I'm sitting on them because I don't participate in predictions.
I'm about at 8, but I haven't messed around with it in a while.
Fair. I'm sure other people have way more than I do, just by virtue of gambling all the time.
All right, looks like Osprey's ready. Chaos is
Okay, good
giving
luck to the
the
players. And like you said,
Alright, here we
Chaos is
go.
giving me okay. All right, hopping into it.
And just to mess with you, it looks like Dog in the Grass is not in fact the dog character. Actually, it looks like on Twitch, no one's the dog character. On my screen, Osprey is currently a barking dog.
Dog in the Grass morphed into a character that fires polygons at you with a wand.
That was an interesting chain coming from Osprey. Tops out Dog in the Grass pretty well, but this dog makes some quick moves to down stack and get back into the safe zone.
Meanwhile, Osprey took advantage of that time not being topped out to raise a couple extra rows, get more panels before tending to the garbage. Getting a little bit dangerous with that separated 5 combo garbage.
Now it looks like we're kind of back in a holding pattern. No one's quite topped out. Everyone's just having a good time.
Who's going to be the first to properly swing and top someone out? It's still not enough. Yeah, like both players, because they've been staying relatively low stack, both players will have to send quite a bit more to really seal the deal and top each other out.
Looks
Osprey
like
looks to be on the cusp of it, though. Nice slide from Osprey. Man, just not stopping that. It's a very nice attacking pace.
Very nice, yeah. It's relentless. Dog has been just alternating between having a 2-second breather to none, back and forth.
Yeah, the difference is subtle, but you can kind of see it if you're paying attention to both boards and how much time they really have and what kind of solves they have to go for. That was exceptional chain routing from Dog, being able to prepare the next chain such that it chains in directly into garbage. A non-stop process for a defense. A little bit dangerous though, had to get a garbage clear by down stacking.
And it's the second clear, the second tier clear.
Very nice. Oh, this was really cool. Dog had sent a 2-chain with a larger chain, but Osprey was low stack. But because the 2-chain had held back that larger chain garbage, the whole thing fell on screen rather than falling first. It created quite a bit of layering that Osprey now has to work with. But it wasn't any trouble for Osprey right up to the stack and figure out where to transition and how.
Yeah, just biting right through it, no problem. Well, I'm getting
Dog saw that second
scared.
tier,
Yeah.
couldn't quite get it.
Plan dog.
Oh my god.
Down to a
almost
sliver. Making a sweat.
right at the last moment.
And you don't get that health back until you move your stack down. That's a little bit of a new thing, isn't it?
I think that as a mechanic had been there, but in terms of whether or not you get to see that happen, it usually depends on how well one player attacks and the other defends, and how quickly they can get clear. Because if they don't prioritize clearing garbage quickly enough, they'll just stay topped out the entire time, just by virtue of not getting rid of their garbage. But the same can be said about the opponent, where if they're not sending enough, then the opponent can get clear no matter how much is being sent. It will just eventually happen.
I'm just kind of noticing we're about to reach the 5-minute mark.
I didn't want to say
Did I? Commentator's curse is
commentator's
real?
curse. That is a commentator's curse.
Sorry,
Oxford
dog.
no need to be sorry. It's okay. I do it all the time. Yeah, I'm like acutely aware of this because I did this in the past, like talking about, and then it's like a player drops. But
Yep.
because I'm the one that said it's my fault. It's okay, don't worry. I'm here for you. It's okay. It's okay.
Thank you. It's okay. Dog will probably take it out on me later when we play a couple matches.
Big attack from Dog 7 chain. Okay, what's Oscar got? Okay. Had to burn a little bit extra, but managed to get safe with that garbage through with the reds. Good follow-up from the Dog, sending a 6 chain to keep Oscar topped out. You're going to see that on screen very soon.
There it is.
Good chaining from Oscar. Was getting a little bit dangerous taking those extra panels, though.
Yeah, and did some inserts and slides and stuff in the middle, and that always scares me when you know your life's on the line. You don't have too many more options, and you bet it all on making a a quick little movement like that.
Absolutely. It's very scary. No help from second tier. Needs to get a garbage clear now. Oh no, not the reds!
Oh no!
Had Oscar moved the cursor down one row, would have prevented Oscar from getting locked out, but unfortunately, that's how it happened.
Yeah, probably
Hate to
saw
see
that.
it.
But just yeah, it's okay. Right back into it. Oscar wastes no time sending a sizable attack.
You're all tied up. Getting a little bit dangerous for Oscar. Oscar was trying to figure out what's the defensive clear, but Dog had a perfect opportunity to just send unbridled offense with that 5 chain. A little bit dangerous now with separated garbage. Brings it back together by evening the stack out.
Yeah, the stack was low. It was separated, but no problem.
Didn't take too many moves either to make that happen, which means that very efficient swaps there.
Looks like Dog is wasting no time. Dog's just kind of sitting there without a whole lot of garbage to work through, so build up big chains, send in combo garbage, do whatever he wants.
as the player holding pressure advantage, it gives them that advantage to choose, well, how am I going to keep my opponent topped out? Because they don't have to commit to defending nearly the same, to the same extent as their opponent. Osprey with that nice 5 combo in the second tier, they're both garbage.
I always get a little afraid with all the inserts that Osprey does, but honestly, the good news is it looks like they have like a backup plan most of the time, so that's great vision, great execution.
Absolutely. It's that it goes back to that idea where you have to almost assume that it won't work, such that you're ready to move to your plan B should it not pan out. That was so scary. Osprey realized couldn't get the first tier clear properly done in time. Moved right up to second tier. No hesitation. Figure out where it needs to be.
Yeah, that was some good execution too.
Yeah. Still looking to get a large attack off on Dog in the Grass. Does so with that 7 chain. Dog in the Grass ready, however. Good counter.
I was a little worried for Dog, but had a second tier clear that I didn't even notice, so.
Yeah, I saw that cursor movement. Looked like individual button presses rather than like a dash. So I was like, are you gonna get there in time? Got there in time the first time, but not the second time around. Saw a second tier clear setup, but ran out of health. Giving
yeah, was going for it.
And it's really cool because you can see, like, for these players that are at that level, you can see the intention in their cursor movement and what they're doing. And you can kind of, in a way, like, solve the puzzle in your head when you're watching.
Which makes it all the more exciting when they... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, like, we know that, we know what you want, and we're right there with you, hoping that you manage to land it.
And it makes it more exciting when they, you know, subvert your expectations and go for something completely different that you didn't even see.
Like that wiggle. Like that wiggle!
Like the wiggle! Come on!
Oh god, that was unfortunate. Ironically, there was a solve there where if would have been more or less frame perfect, Osprey would have had to downstack by clearing 3 of the 4 purples at the bottom, and then bring the other purple over for the garbage clear. But under that kind of pressure, it's so hard to see that, much less pull it off.
Right. Yeah, I'm not much of a wiggler myself, because it usually just results in me just freaking out and not actually ever searching for anything, just kind of being like, okay, well, I'm just gonna die in 2 more seconds than now.
Yeah, I just die. Plain and simple. Partially because as a controller player, I'm just not fast enough.
Yeah.
I usually only resort to wiggling when I actually am locked out, so there is no other real decision or alternative but to hope that my opponent miraculously dies. It's happened once or twice in the past. I cannot rely on it. Besides, I'd rather not win when locked out. I'd rather just like win properly.
I know. I lost to a wiggle not too long ago, just like, it feels so heartbreaking.
Oh yeah, actually speaking of which, that gives me some PTSD because I also lost to a wiggle against a Grandmaster in the past. Like they got out of it, and then they proceeded to win later. But meanwhile, as I'm saying that, Osprey is still in the lead, 3-2 against Dog. I saw that Osprey tried to insert from that height to get a horizontal chain there, but that timing though, level 8 is cruel when it comes to insert timing.
Yeah.
Osprey scrambling, trying to restabilize. Low stack, very little garbage, but trying to get where he wants to be right away. There's seeing that kind of sporadic movement. Meanwhile, Dog in the Grass having those twin 4 combo kind of situation. If haphazard stack management would see separated garbage, and that's what we're seeing right here.
But they got it figured out.
Much safer than before. Now it's just working on clearing that garbage.
Both players sitting around 15 GPM. See if can't amp up the pressure. And usually it kind of comes at the same time. It's so much easier to mount an offense when, you know, big chains are falling and you just have more to work with. So we'll see when that takes place.
For sure, and just as we say that, looks like, well, Dog in the Grass looks like there's going to be a lot of panels on the board to make that happen. Does so with a 5 chain, followed by some combo garbage. This backpedals Oscar by a little bit, burning a little bit extra, trying to find a garbage player, scrambling! Oh! Just ran out of health for that last swap. And Dog in the Grass ties it up 3-3.
It has been back and forth. I love it. I'm sure the players don't, but I'm really enjoying this final match.
It's been fun to commentate this one. Well, it's been fun to commentate all of them. But there's always that something about the finals, though.
For sure. The hype, the nerves are there. And, well, I mean, it looks like both players are really handling it well. No one's doing anything too egregious that would make me think that they're not handling pressure.
That was a nice lag chain from Dog in the Grass. Chitty says game 9 or a shutdown stream. Oh my goodness. Think about the players. Think about the viewers. What about the children?
Kitty says no, it's my stream. I do what I want. Dog's got
that pesky 5 combo garbage right down the middle.
Managed to take care of it, but didn't like it.
Oh, I like that from Osprey, frame trick. That midair catch. But needs to get a garbage clear, does so just in time with the yellows. Had to dip into the health a little bit.
Health's back though, that's good. I noticed also Dog had done a 5 combo with some shock blocks, so that's gonna probably mix up how the garbage all falls and make things even more difficult for Oscar. See how Oscar handles it.
That's true. Dog in the Grass regular garbage Q had run out, so that's why you see that 3 rows of shock garbage, but it's immediately followed by chain and combo garbage, followed by some more combo garbage. So minimal shake, reaction test for Osper. But we've seen Osper get out of this so long as Osper has enough panels. So I'm glad to see that there's been kind of that management of the stack, keep a healthy supply. But we've also seen a little bit of overburning, so it's really tricky to make sure that even though you start with enough, you want to make sure you stay with enough.
It's like Oscar is in a good place in that regard. Has 3 stacks to work with. Still a couple burns there. You gotta be careful with when you got limited resources.
Just earlier, I saw a Dog in the Grass trying to prepare a garbage clear, but had to delve a yellow over to the right side in order to expose it. Great to answer your question. I do think they are Planet Puzzle League panels. at least that's what they look like to me.
Yeah, I think so. I was sitting here kind of thinking about that earlier, now that you say it.
Not sure what the acronym there is because PPL is the 64 game already. I usually see the term PLDS for that one. So like Puzzle League DS. Oh, this is so scary. Oscar is running out of outs. Gets one after burning to almost nothing.
And look at that layering too, just a bunch of factory work that just you can't do anything with. So you're gonna have to really manage your stack and do the transitions optimally.
It's gonna slow Osprey's offensive pace down in terms of counterattacking, but if Osprey can get through it, that will be the ticket he needs to get back in the game. Good down stacking order to prevent losing out on that garbage lead. Still has to dip into a little bit of health, but again, safe, so it doesn't matter.
I'm gonna try it again. We're gonna see what happens. But we're approaching the 5-minute mark. I'm like,
I love how you were very careful with your.
I'm so worried.
I respect it because I've been there and I know what it's like. Oh god!
Oh,
what a clutch center clear from Osprey to get that garbage clear, and it couldn't have come soon enough.
Yeah, I honestly didn't follow that movement. That was fast.
And on his stop, it says stop jinxing it. I mean, you can't argue it, but I'd like to think I've been okay.
I don't know. I feel like I'm in a chaotic mood and I'm willing to incur.
Oh god, what's gonna happen now? Okay, like there was like that slowdown for me, and then like things were just ramping back up.
Yeah, it came to a complete stop for a second. I was worried.
Okay. Oh, the catch! Like, I have to like basically fast forward my head. Oh god, that was unfortunate. Again, with that having to bring a panel from one side all the way over to the other, those are really dangerous situations to be in. And now
Yeah.
Dog in the Grass is at championship point.
Man, that was such a fight though. 6 minutes, 5 seconds. Love it. Hmm.
6-minute game there. Incredible.
Really hoping the connection stabilizes again and we can get a good clean couple of matches.
Okay,
I'm saying couple.
Just doing some name shenanigans because I see two of me spectating.
I have the spectator thing turned off, so
Oh.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, I put myself as musical TO, usually for tournaments, if I'm commentating.
I see it.
They laughed!
Called him out and got nervous. Alright, so what's happening here? Osprey's building a big chain. Dog sitting, getting ready for it. Osprey's playing that low stack again.
Oh, this is really dangerous. Very little time to react to how that board was changing.
Gosh, Osprey moves so quickly.
Now Dog is on the defensive, having to burn a few extra panels. Gets the second tier clear to clear both layers of garbage. Okay, that's definitely Sanker. That's definitely Ishman taking the Sanker with the switched Y and K.
No, that's just our buddy seeing her.
And because I'm pretty sure Iswan isn't watching the stream right now, I can talk shit as much as I want. And when I say talk shit, I just mean name drop Nishmon. Nothing more than that. Oh, that was so dangerous. Like, there's... Even though Oscar wasn't popped out, trying to find a clear when you don't know what to do, it's so scary, because once that happens, it doesn't take much to get a snipe kill, and there's no stop time.
Oh, no, you're
Oscar's wiggling again!
Oh god!
Oh
no,
you hate to see it.
He had it, and he burned a stat. He burned a little pop 3, and it. Sorry, couldn't put it together. But man, it was so close.
Unfortunate, but that's how it be sometimes. And with that, your November 2023 intermediate champion is Dog in the Grass. Congratulations. Very entertaining set and good games to everyone today. Y'all played your hearts out, and that's all I can ask for as a commentator.
We love the final. We love the contenders who put in their all, and we loved all the contestants that came in and showed up today. All 9 of them. We appreciate you all coming out and putting on a good show.
And once again, I just want to give shout outs to Kitty for handling stream this entire time. This almost like 2 hours. To Chaos for running things behind the scenes, making sure that our matches are good to go right when they need to be. And especially to you, Pauly. This is your first time on commentary. It was a blast commentating with you. And yeah,
thanks,
had a great time.
Same. I appreciate it. I appreciate you letting me get on the mic and give it a shot. I know it's a skill I'd like to work on a little bit more, so maybe you'll see me more in the future and hear my voice and hear me stumble around a little bit. That'll be fun. And yeah, thanks again to everyone who volunteered, help out with everything behind the scenes, and looking forward to seeing the next one.
And our next one will be the Advanced Tournament on level 10. Again, open to Copper all the way to Platinum players. It's going to be the same time slot. I want to say 4 p.m. UTC, if I have that right. So for me, Eastern time zone, that will be 11 a.m. And yeah, I think that's about it. I'm just going to drop the Discord once more for anyone new in chat that hasn't joined our server. If you want to meet up with any of these players in game, have good matches, join in the nostalgia craze, or drive up your skill level, it's all here in the Paneltech Discord.
Absolutely. We got a great community that really it's not like hyper competitive, and that no one's gonna tell you everyone's gonna give you advice, everyone's gonna help you grow as a player, and I really love that about this group. It's a really positive place. So if you love the game, we'd love to have you.
And with that, I think we're good to wrap things up here. Again, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you to our players, and thank you to our tournament organizers. But this has been Musical.
And this is Pauly. Thanks again.
And we'll be signing off. Take care, everybody.
Take care.